Good morning, Prince. Good morning. Yes, welcome to this drive broadcasts. This is yours truly, Mr. O. And yesterday we had a very wonderful discussion about tracking your progress. Then I had a feedback from some of you that says, Evelyn, good morning. That says that what about if you don't even have a goal? How do you even track it? I got into a conversation with somebody and I said, wow, yeah, that makes sense. But I believe by now all of us have goals. Then the conversation spiraled and it's like, okay, let's have a quick conversation about goals this morning. In retrospection for what we did yesterday, you know, so that when you put the two together, it will make a lot of sense. All right? Yes. So, as teachers on this platform and as intelligent people, we all know or we've all heard about SMART goals, the acronym SMART. The acronym SMART. We've all heard about it before. We've all experienced it. We've all been asked by our headmistress, headmasters to set SMART goals. In fact, I remember those days when this issue of SMART goals came. Teachers were up in arms. What is this? How is this achievable? How is this that? La, 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 la. They were making noise. But at the end of the day, that is a requirement. And you see, it was a professional standard that must be adhered to. Yes, sir, boss. Professional forum. Good morning. I am good, though, by grace of God. I am doing well. Yes. And I hope you guys are doing well too. How is the quiz going? Please forgive me. I'll get back to you on it. Yeah. So today we just want to touch base with each other and talk about SMART goals. All right. What are SMART goals? I believe all of us have goals in life. Yes, we all have goals. We all have things we want to achieve. We all have things that we want done by a certain time. We all have sat down once in our lifetime and we said, oh, by next year, dear, I want to be able to learn how to drive. By next year, dear, I have to do this. By next 4 years, I should be able to do this. I should be able to do that. You know, we all have all these plans, and in our own small way, we call them what? Plans, right? Yes. But in the educational section or within the education settings, we have what we call SMART goals. And the acronym is very simple. It says what? It must be specific, it must be measurable, the goal must be achievable, it must be what? Relevant, and it must be time bound. So these four things, or five, right? That is what the SMART is all about. So if you are setting a goal for yourself, for your family, for your community, even if you are the head of the school and you are setting goals, at least these are guidelines. These are guidelines that will guide you, things that will guide you in order to be able to set proper, professional, standardized goals. You know, yeah, great. Thanks for bringing them on board. Stephen, good morning to you. I saw Ruben. Ruben, good morning to you as well. Yes, and Tijani, thank you. Thank you. You started tracking your progress, right? That is good. That is good. Progress tracking is very important. Just as I used the the baby in the womb as an example, from the very day the conception takes place, you could track. There is a scientific method or scientific lay down rule that tells you at every point in time what or how your baby should be looking. They will tell you at 1 week it should be this, at 2 weeks it should be that, at 3 weeks it should be this, at 4 weeks it should be this. And they'll tell you at 5 weeks this is what you should be seeing. So you go to the gynae. If they do the scan and you are not seeing that, then they will tell you there is something wrong with the baby. At a certain weeks, they will tell you should have a heartbeat. You should be seeing the heartbeat of the baby and all that. If you don't, there is a problem, you know? So that is how it is. That is how it is. Oh, today the traffic starts. Well, today is today. Today is a wonderful day to be alive. This traffic is looking wonderful. Okay, but we'll go. There's no alternative route. So that is what I used yesterday as an example for the baby. You realize that you can track the progress of growth of that baby in the womb. Even after giving birth, the doctors, the pediatric doctors will tell you that you have to bring your baby for checkup, checking their growth, their height, their weight all the time. And that is what we call in our local context weighing. Weighing. Our mothers will say we are going for weighing. Basically is to weigh, because the baby at year 1, year 2, year 3 must have a certain weight. All right, and must have a certain height. If it is not happening, then they can tell, oh, this baby has a standard growth. It is suffering from this sickness, it is suffering from this sickness and all that. Then they will make some recommendations for the type of food you should give the baby. Okay, if you are not measuring or you are not tracking that growth, then you'll be in trouble. When your baby is sick, you will never know. Is that okay? Because they want to investigate why is the baby not gaining weight, even though you are giving him all the foods. Then it must be investigated. So progress tracking is very important. The same as setting SMART goals. Very, very smart one. So let's go into it. The first acronym is what? Specific. Every goal you set must be specific. You must set specific, straight to the point goals. By next week, Wednesday, I want to go to the educational office to get my documents. That is specific. By next year, December 25th, I want to have done my credential evaluation. These are specific. You see, it is targeted. It is not like what we call in Ghana Frefre Kobo. You don't do Frefre Kobo. You don't do, oh, just be here. You don't do Frefre Kobo in the sense that it is not scattered all over the place. It is specific to a certain target. It is targeted at the bull's eye. Very, very straight to the point. It's not like you are beating around the bush. Challenge myself by next year, December, January, February, that way. December, you know, Ghanaians and Africans, that is how we set our time. What time will you be at the meeting? Oh, the meeting is around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, maybe 7 o'clock. It means they've spread out the time. It is not specific. It is not specific. Oh, about 4 o'clock, 5:30. Let's say 7 o'clock. Because we know that people will not come by that time. So by 7 o'clock, then we can start. No. Here, if they say it is 4:45, you get there around 4:50. You are looking like a clown because everyone is seated. Everyone is in the meeting. Sit. Oh, yeah. I know, right? I know, is it? So you get there by 4:50. You are looking like a clown because you are the only one that is late. So when I came here first, that was how things were. You know, they'll say 6 o'clock or they'll say 3 o'clock we have a meeting in the staff common room or in the staff room or in the conference center. So sometimes when the children leave your class, I hang around my class a little bit, trying to tie up the attendance, trying to organize myself a little bit because you didn't have the time to do that. and you get to the meeting around 3:06 or 3:05. It's like everyone is already seated. Yeah, then you are looking like some John from Long John, Long John from the bush, you know. So you must set specific goals. I believe you are guilty. You are. Some of you are watching me now. You feel guilty, right? Because you don't set specific goals. You just set the goal open. You leave it very open. So they create loopholes around it so that they can run away. No, 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 no. Be very, very specific when you are setting your goals. And because this was in the education settings, that is why when you are creating your lesson notes, you are setting the goal for your class that, we are going to learn about statistics. We are learning data sampling. What are the goals for this particular lesson? That goal that you are setting must be SMART goal. It must be specific to something. It must be very, very specific. It must be measurable. It must be achievable. It must be time bound. Is that okay? And we say the M is what? It must be measurable. It must be measurable in the sense that, okay, so for instance, I was invited to a wedding reception last Saturday. And the bride told me that the time was 12 p.m. and the event started at 4:30 p.m. Yeah. That is not a specific time, That is not a specific time. If the bride told you 12 p.m. and it started at 4:30 p.m., that's a Ghana or African time. They leave room for escape. But you see, if you do that to me, unless you are very, 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 very close. If you're not that close, I'll leave the wedding. Yeah, because I gave myself time that if I come to a wedding 12 p.m., maybe there's another wedding somewhere that I'll have to attend at 4:30. So you are starting yours at 4:30. What time do I get to the other one? So now I'm going to look like a clown going to the other wedding, right? I don't want to look like a clown. So what do? I will leave your wedding when my time is up. It's simple and short. I was there. Everybody saw me that I came. You understand? So when it happens like that, I'm not going to entertain your delay at all. Who is calling me? I'm not going to entertain your delay at all. This traffic is looking wonderful today. Very, very fantastic traffic. Allah. Well, we'll stay in it. We'll go. It's just 3 minutes delay. It's not that bad. Yeah. So, Prince, when you go for such wedding, they are not specific with the time. Please leave when your time is up. Is that okay? You are allowed to leave. Yeah. Maria says, "Good morning. By the grace of God, I am in the USA now as a friend. God bless you. God bless you. We thank God. You are welcome. Welcome home. Welcome home. Which agency did you come with? If you care to share. Mm-hmm. Welcome home. Yeah. I always tell everyone, welcome home. I was there for the bride because plus I wanted free food. Oh, Prince, you wanted free food, so you have to endure, right? Good. Okay, the university told me to send my transcript, all my research papers, work, and letter to. I send them ASAP like light fast. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So you must also set. Let me stay. Let me do this GPS first. Okay, it's not that bad. It's okay. It will go. You must also set measurable goals. All right, measurable goals. Goals that can be measured with a quantitative instrument. If I say quantitative instrument, you can go and Google that. Your goals must be measurable. It's as simple as that. You should be able to track it easily. You should be able to track. In fact, if your goals cannot be measured with a quantitative instrument or metric, then your goals are not SMART. Yes, it must be measurable. So you cannot just get up and say, "Oh, by the end of this lesson, I know and I hope all these children will be able to understand the topic." No, 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 no. That is not measurable. What are you using to measure their understanding? What is your measurement metric or rubrics? What are you using to measure their understanding of the topic that you are going to teach? See it? No, I'll be fine. I'll still get there on time. Yeah, I'll still get there on time. My class starts at 9 o'clock, so I'll still get it at time. You know, what are you using to measure their understanding? What is your guide? What is guiding your measurement? So if I say by the end of this lesson, students will be able, or learners will be able to compute sampling of data, or they'll be able to sample data using the cluster method or using the S.R.T, the simple random sampling. That is a measurable thing. And what am I going to measure it by? Maybe by their lesson or by their classwork I'll give them, or the quiz I will administer to them, or the assessment instrument that I'm going to use. You understand? So at the end of the day, if each student is not able to get a grade that I was expecting, or is not able to give me the output that I was expecting, then I can tell that no, the objective or the goal was not achieved. Kwehu, good morning. The goal was not achieved. You understand? So your goals must be specific and they must be measurable. If I put it to time, if I put it to height, if I put it to whatever, it must be measurable at the end of the day. So in the next 5 days, by Friday, I want to lose 20 pounds of weight. I want to lose 20 pounds of weight. How? You see, this one is a vague goal, right? You can measure it though, but it's vague. But by the time we talk about all the acronyms, you realize that you will add certain things to this particular thing. By Friday, I want to lose 20 pounds. Do you lose 20 pounds by just sitting in the house? Do you lose 20 pounds of weight by just, singing in the car? No. So as much as you think it is measurable, you must be able to make sure it is SMART in its totality. Is that okay? So the goals must be measurable. Then the next one is they must be achievable. You cannot set goals that are beyond you, beyond your strength, beyond your abilities, beyond your capacity. No. Even those of us who go to church, the Bible says God will not bring you temptations that are beyond you, because he knows your capacity. He knows that this boy, Sid, can handle this. He knows that Henrietta can handle this. So I'm going to bring this temptation to Henrietta. So imagine, some of you say, me, I cannot bear it anymore. Hey, me, I cannot. Yeah, you can bear it because that's how God brought it your way. Or God, that's why the universe allows it to come your way. You can bear. You have the capacity. You have the tenacity to handle it. What you cannot handle cannot be given to you. Yes, it's very simple. It took me a long time to understand that. There are times that I tell myself that, look, this situation looks like it's not something that is meant for me. But you go deeper and deeper and deeper, and you talk to your coaches, and you realize that who else would they give the problem to? Herita, who else would they give that my problem to? Then I was built for it. I have the capacity to handle it. That is why it came my way. So I should be able to handle it. Sometimes the beginning is difficult, but when you get to that point, you're like, oh, okay. And when it all comes to full circle, you're like, oh, I get it now. I understand why this thing came my way. Because I have the capacity and I have the smart and I have the mind to be able to do this and this and this and that. You understand? Ramadan, good morning. Oh, that is no problem at all. You can always watch it later. You can always. God bless you as well. God bless you also. Henrietta says, I have started gathering the document. Yes. So, Henrietta, you see, you cannot just start gathering documents. As much as you want to track your progress, you want to be able to set a SMART goal. So, these documents you are gathering, what are you gathering it for? What is your timeline? What specific things can you use to measure your achievement? That, okay, I wanted to be able to do my credential evaluation by ending of August. By 30th of August, I should have paid for my evaluation. You see? So there is a metric, there is something you use to measure, and you know that it is achievable because you have the capacity to generate that money to be able to pay. It must be achievable. If you said, oh, by next week or by tomorrow, I want to get $200. Well, how are you going to get it? In your own context, is it achievable? Is it something you can achieve? Oh, by next year, I want to buy a car. You know very well that you are not doing things that will help you to buy a car. You are drinking, you are spending money anyhow. Then you still want to. In fact, you drink too much. How do you even want to go and drive a car on the road to go and kill somebody? By the end of the lesson, students will be able to list 3 causes of land degradation. By the end of the lesson, students should be able to list 3 causes of land degradation. My question is, should it be at the end of the lesson, a student will be able to do A, B, C, D, and a student will be able to do? Yes, it must be specific. You see, that is why I'm saying that it must be specific. It must be measurable. You should be able to measure. You see the goal you are setting for yourself. You should be able to measure. If you cannot measure it, by what are you going to measure it? How are you going to know that the students are able to list it? What will be in place? Are you going to ask them to do it? Are they going to list it in their mind? Are they going to list it on the board? You understand my point? As much as it looks smart, ask yourself, how will you know that they are able to list it? You understand? It's listing alone the measurement that you want to achieve or what you want to achieve. Being able to list it alone, is that all that you want to achieve? So it must be very specific to the point. Yes, it looks very specific, and it must be measurable. You should have a standard by which you can measure the listing. So maybe they should be able to list and explain it in their books, or list and explain it on the Google Doc or whatever. That way you have something to look. So if that child says, oh, madam, I can list it in my head, how are you going to measure it? You understand? Yeah. So sometimes we just have to adjust it and see. Mr. Pon says, God richly bless you. Your videos are helping manpower. Thank you. I appreciate you for also. See, thank you. See, they won't give me likes, so they won't give me like, they won't give me stars, but I'm here. So your goals must be specific, they must be measurable, they must be achievable. You should be able to know that I can achieve this at the end of my lesson. I can achieve this at the end of next year. I can achieve this by December 20th. I can achieve this goal by Friday, August 15th. I can achieve this by, very, very specific and achievable. You know your capacity. You know thyself. I always tell you, man, know thyself. If you know thyself, you know what you can achieve and what you cannot achieve. You know what you can achieve and what you cannot achieve. So, blunt, it should be achievable. Don't go and set unrealistic goals. It should be very realistic and achievable. Don't go and oh, by next year I want to build a 4-story building. You know very well that you cannot build that 4-story building. Long time. Long time. You know very well that by the end of next year you cannot build that 4-story building. I believe by faith. I saw a video yesterday that people are waving flag that, hey, I want to, hey, my people. It is well. I'm not going to comment on it too. It is well. I saw the video. People are waving flag and they are declaring empire. I say, okay. Most of those people waving those flags, they don't even have passports. They don't even know how to get a passport or where to get a passport. They don't even have the money to go and get a passport. Yet, yeah, that's faith. Faith without works is dead. Is my man. You cannot just go and wave flag that I want to go to Iceland, I want to go to Portugal, and you are waving the flag. Then at the end of the day, you don't even have a job to even get a passport yet, let alone you don't even know how to apply for the visa. So it is very important that you must set achievable goals. You know, those goals, some of them are not achievable. And I saw even the pastor was waving the flag. The pastor wants to leave the congregation. Hey, my people are wonderful, eh? The pastor himself is waving the flag, so he want to jackpa. The pastor wants to jackpa. Eh? I don't know whether it was South Africa or Lesotho flag or it was Zimbabwe flag the pastor was waving. The pastor want to jackpa and leave the congregation. The congregation was also waving the flag because they also want to jackpa. Hey, set achievable goals, eh? Just set achievable goals. That goal must be achievable. You should know yourself. Oh my goodness. Now let's go to the next acronym. It must be relevant. Forgive me, eh? The goal must be relevant. If it is specific, it is measurable, it is what? Achievable. It must also be what? Relevant. That is the R. It must be very relevant. You cannot set unrealistic goals. You cannot set. Hey, the time is English, you know. Because I didn't. You know, your goals must make sense. They must make sense. I mean, in your own grand scheme of things. You understand? It must be very relevant. Because sometimes if you say, I want to do something and it's not, it doesn't make sense. There's no sense in what you want to even achieve. That goal, you yourself, you sat down and say, go away, cry. Does it even make sense? You are 180 pounds. You are weighing 180 pounds, about 200 kg, right? I want to be able to weigh 10 kg. I mean, come on. Oh my goodness. It must be relevant. It must be relevant. I pray God gives you the strength to continue your good work. Your videos motivate me every day. Thank you so much, Efokomla. Thank you so much. I also pray that you get a lot of money to buy data in order to support what we do. I appreciate you. Praise. Also want to jackpot. Please, I need clarity on this. Should the objective statement be written as the student or a student will be able to? No, the students. You see, it's not one student you are teaching, but as much as you are using the students, no, you are speaking to specific students because you do differentiation in your class, right? Ramadan, you definitely do differentiation in your class, so you deal with specific students. Is that okay? So that is why we always say the learner. The learner captures specifically every student. So if you use the learner, it's your problem is solved. Instead of using student or a student. No. Is that okay? So I will suggest that you use the learner. The learner will be able to, or the learner da. You understand? I'll use the learner because the learner captures both the plural and the singular. Yeah. Because there are students that you have to deal with one-on-one. There are students that will not need the one-on-one. So at the end of the day, they are all captured. Yeah. Even no certificate of birth, said no passport. They only had iPhone Go. Yeah. I'm telling you, that is all their goal. Their goal is to be able to come here and buy an iPhone 15 Pro Max, the 1 terabyte one. iPhone 15 Pro Max, 1 terabyte. That is their goal, and that is very, very unrealistic. And it's not even relevant to their life. It's not relevant. The thing is not even. You understand? Relevance. It must. Let's say I want to be confident in my job. I want to be confident in the clothes I wear. I want to this. I mean, I don't know. Relevance is just a simple English word. It must tie with everything that you are doing. Mm? Okay. Okay. All right. I'll do that. I'll do that. The goals must be very relevant to the topic. So you cannot say, oh, students, as Ramadan is saying, students will be able to list the 5 causes of land degradation. And yet, she's not teaching land degradation, or he's teaching type of soil. What is the relevance of that goal to what you are doing? You understand? What is the relevance of me going to learn uh, Spanish? Okay, when I am teaching math, or when I'm in IT. If it is not relevant to the job I want to do, if it's not relevant to the what I want to achieve, my aims in life, there's no point in adding it to what you need to do. You understand? It must be very relevant. It must tie to your aims and aspirations and your goals and everything. It must tie in. I say here. I don't know how to explain the relevance in the local language. Yeah, it must be very relevant. It must be. Somebody can give me another synonym. The English teachers, please give me synonyms. Ramadan, thank you for the clarity. Yeah, the learner. Yeah, the break time is over. Evening time, I go take pen and paper, then rep all the convo. That's fine. Thank you so much. Have a great day. All right. Faster route. No, I'm not going to take that faster route. I want to just maintain this one, please. Don't take me anywhere that I don't know. No thanks. Yeah, just keep. I'll get to my destination. Your jackpot goal must be smart. Sit. If you are setting a jackpot goal, it must be very smart. It must be specific. I want to, by next year, July, I should be in Portugal. I should be in Italy. I should be in Iceland. I should be in Netherlands. I should be in Malta. Next year, I should be in Canada. Next year, July 25th, I want to be in Canada. All right. In between, you have to micromanage the whole plan, the whole goal. Where do I start? So by August ending of 2024, I want to be able to have done my credential evaluation. By 1st September, I should have put in 2 applications. By September 15th, I should have done this. By September 20th, I should have done this. Specific, one after the other. You are following, you are following, you are following, you are following. Okay? That is how it goes until your goal or your aim is achieved. But you don't just set blank statement goals. Your jackpot goals must be smart. Some of you have jackpot ambitions, but they are not smart. They are not specific. They are not measurable. They are not achievable. They are not relevant. You cannot track the progress. It must be measurable in the sense that you should be able to track progress. Yes. If you want to lose weight, you should be able to track your progress. You should have a scale that will measure every day how much weight you are losing. Letitia, good morning to you. Yeah. And the last one is it must be time bound. Every goal you set must be time bound. It must have a time to it. It must have a timetable to it. Yes, if I say timetable, it's just saying that you should put time to it. Just like Prince said, somebody said the time at 12:30, yet the person started the program at 4:30. It might be time bound. So you have a lesson to deliver in 60 minutes. You cannot set a goal that goes beyond the 60 minutes. You understand? You shouldn't set goals that go beyond that 60 minutes because you will not have that time. The goals must be time bound. It must be time bound. It must be within a certain time frame. You cannot just get up and say, oh, by next year, June, July, August, that way, come on there, I'll be able to buy a car. There's no time to it. You must be specific so that if there is a deviation, you know how to work it out easily. You understand? Even if there is a deviation, you know how to work it out. But if you don't put time to it, the same word will come back. Kobo. In our local parlance, it means we just do things haphazardly. It's like we are going to play a ball. That's where the term came from, right? Those days we were kids, and when we want to play ball, you call the neighborhood boys. That one person is holding the ball in their armpit. They say, Kofi, Efukobla, will you play the ball some? And we'll call Dogbe, will you play the ball some? We are calling players from anywhere. We don't have a plan. We don't have a standing team. That is a Kobo. If you set your goals anyhow and they are not smart, that is how it will feel like. It will feel like you are just calling them from the air. So very simple. You must be specific in your goal setting. You must be measurable. It must have an achievable component to it, because whatever you set your mind on, you should be able to do it. If you cannot do it, please don't add it. If you know you cannot do it, please don't add it. And remember, it must be very relevant to your aims and your aspirations and your grand scheme of things. You cannot just wake up and set unrealistic goals in the air, building castles in the air. No. You cannot do that. It is haram. It is haram to do that. It is a haram to do that. And your goals must be time bound. Your goals must be time bound. Homeland Security, Federal Protective Service. Your goals must be time bound. All right, I'll take some few comments, then we call it a day. So that is it. If you listen to yesterday's video, this is a good follow-up. Set a goals, track them, and you see, once you are able to set SMART goals, not just any goals, SMART goals, it makes it easy to track. You understand? It makes it easy to track. Yeah, it makes it very easy to track. Sometimes the ball owners can determine whether you play or you don't play. Yeah, I'm telling you. Sometimes the ball owners will determine whether you play or you don't play. I'm telling you, that's the truth. That is the truth. That is the truth. So, guys, I'll leave you. I'm almost at my destination, but I need to attend to one or two things. So, let's do this. Maybe after school, if I have the time. Yes, if I have the time, we'll continue, or I'll take feedbacks, and whatever updates we need to bring, we'll bring you, and we'll see how it goes. All right, let's be setting SMART goals as teachers, as personal goals. Make sure they are smart. They must fit into this simple. This is just a guide anyway. The in-depth analysis is there, but this is just a guide, a very basic guide that every teacher knows about. Okay? Yeah. Oh, is it accidents? Let me show you my people. My people. I'm going to flip the camera for you to enjoy something right now. They have caught somebody. Look at the police cars. 1, 2, and they have just stopped somebody for a traffic offense. Hey, my people. They'll make you hot. By the time you get to work, you are confused. If you are driving in America and you see these blue lights like that, lie. Don't joke with it at all. Don't joke with it. Once they stop you like that, it means your offense has increased. They're going to give you the ticket no matter what you do. Well, it is what it is. I'll see you guys when I see you. Let's have this conversation again. Oh yeah, Prince, the system is working. The system is working, my brother. You don't win, they will stop you. See, another one is in front of me. He's also in it. If you, when it's like that, nobody passes them. When you are driving on the highway, you see a police, nobody will pass them. Everybody, everybody will be steady. Opa kucha no hwe. Opa so jitikita. Kona kucha no. Oh my goodness. Oh, sit. I'll get back to you on it. Okay, I'll get back to you on it. Yes, I'll definitely get back to you on it. Thank you. Alrighty. Have a wonderful day and stay out of trouble. Don't let any police stop you on the way. All right. I'll see you when I see you. Keep setting SMART goals. Let me see your comments. Let me see in the comment section some examples of SMART goals. And if you have other goals, you can bring it and let's see whether it is smart. If it is not smart, we can tweak it to become smart. All right. Yes, you can write it in the comment section. Let's tweak it. Let's tweak it. If your goals are not smart, how do you make them smart? If your goals are not smart, how do you make them smart? Let's tweak those things and let's see how it goes. All right. Thank you so much for engaging with me. I will definitely be back again another time. Bye bye. Have a great morning.